Yes! Here we go, the first two cars heading off the line right now. Now we have a barber coming to the finish line.
Go further. Explore the trails less traveled. And reach your destination quicker with King's new Toyota Sequoia 2.5 OEM Performance Series kit. These 100% bolt-on kits feature front ride height adjustment, superior ride quality, and external finned reservoirs with optional wide-range compression adjusters to further refine your ride quality. See why we're the choice of experienced overlanders and order your Sequoia kit today.
Sure, everything's made of something, but time and sweat is what puts it together. And it's that relentless application of effort against the clock that created everything around us. The BF Goodrich HD Terrain Tire is engineered to tackle the extreme situations heavy-duty trucks are met with head-on. Because downtime can't exist when there's a job to do. Time isn't something to marvel at. It's something to be seized. It's a tool we put firmly in your hands. BF Goodrich, what are you building for?
Alexander Ford, voted Yuma's best locally owned new car dealer, wants to continue to be your best choice in September. See our website, BillAlexanderFord.com, for exciting inventory like Raptor, Bronco, Mustang, Explorer, and Edge. Get 1.9% for 36 months on new Ford F-150s. Scan this QR code now for out-of-the-park savings. Come test drive the exciting Mustang Mach-E or Lightning EV, plus rows of Super Duty trucks. Get more for your trade and a lower price all month long at Alexander Ford. A difference you can count on.
All right, welcome everybody. We are here for your first Fishgistics update of your KMC wheels, presented all day today, all these updates. It is the 2023 K&N Score Baja 400 down in Ensenada, Mexico, and we are here to keep you guys updated all day throughout the day, every hour on the hour, just like we always do. Are you guys ready for some racing action? Well, we are too. So the way it's going to work today, the bike started earlier this morning, about 3 hours ago. About 3 hours ago. They have a fake start, ceremonial start down in town in Ensenada. So if you guys are watching the score feed, that's what you saw. So everybody parades off the start. The bikes went early this morning, and then the cars and trucks went on the parade start at 8:30. They just started their time start right now, which is actually out of town. So they parade them out of town. And then at 9 o'clock, just about 7 minutes ago, the first car went off the line. That was the number 46. So if we go over here, we can see the 46 is your first car off the line. And this is where the real start is. So see, everybody's lined up out of town here. Down in town here is where the ceremonial start is. And then you go out of town and you go up here, you line up again, and then you go one car every 1 minute for the trophy trucks. And then there's a 3-minute gap. And the Class 1 cars go every 30 seconds. And then it's 30 seconds all the way through the rest of the field. One car every 30 seconds. So that's what the time splits are today. So you start off, it's wide open for a little bit here, and then you get into a speed zone right away. So when you're looking at these cars and you see them doing 35 miles an hour, that is the speed zone. So you can see Paul Wheel right there with Toby Price driving is your number one qualifier. Toby had a heater of a qualifier. He out-qualified everybody by, I think it was 8 seconds or something. It was crazy. Toby was on a good one, and he spun out. He did a 360 when he missed one turn, and he still got first. I don't remember the last time I've seen that happen in qualifying. So pretty cool to see Toby have a good run. Once again, he's been fast. Remember at San Felipe, I think he qualified first also, and then he had a TPS sensor or some little part go out about 100 miles into the race. So hopefully they can have a clean run today. Look for them to be very fast as long as they have a clean run. So the 46 was the first car off the line. Second car off the line was Tavo Vidosla in the 21. I actually talked to Tavo yesterday, and I asked him, I said, are you going to try and run down Toby, or what are you going to do? And he told me his race plan was he's just going to drive his game. He knows kind of how fast he thinks he can go in the truck without breaking it, and that's the speed he's going to go. If that's fast enough to catch Toby, that's fine, but he's not going to try. He's just going to go the speed that he knows he can do. And if Alan Ampudia, who's behind him, qualified third, if he catches Tavo, that's okay too. He's okay with that. He's just going to go the speed that he knows the truck will hopefully hold together for. Because remember, where you finish at this race is where you start the Baja 1000. So you really need to get a good finish position at this race in order to have a good starting position for the Baja 1000, which is the big one in November, which is starting in La Paz and coming backwards and going to finish in Ensenada, which has never been done in the history of the Baja 1000 before. So everybody at this race today, they would like to get a good finish. They would like to try to win the race, but a lot of them are in the back of their minds. They know that this is bigger than the Baja 400. This is the Baja 1000 starting spot right here. So you really have to be smart. So behind him, we have Luke McMillan, and then we have Kevin Thompson. This is actually going to be Harley Lettner driving all day in the 70. So when you're looking at the 70 Kevin Thompson, that is the concrete entry. That is their Mason all-wheel drive. They have 2 entries this race, as a lot of these guys do, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But the number 70 is going to be Harley Lettner driving all day. Kevin's not driving this race at all. And then behind him, we have Bryce Menzies, the number 7. Then we have the 91, Christopher Polvardi. Now, this truck is actually a trophy truck spec truck. This is Christopher's trophy truck spec truck that he races. He entered it in trophy truck, and he qualified way up here. So pretty crazy that you could take this truck, a trophy truck spec, and qualify 7th out of all the trophy trucks. So once again, at the front, this is a Mason all-wheel drive. This is a Mason all-wheel drive, Mason all-wheel drive, Mason all-wheel drive, Mason all-wheel drive, Mason all-wheel drive. So the top 6 trucks are the same truck. They're a Mason all-wheel drive truck. They do have different engine packages in them. For instance, the 46 has the big Gibbs motor in it. The 21 does not have the Gibbs motor. The 10 doesn't have the Gibbs. Luke doesn't have the Gibbs either. He has the Croyer. Then the 70 does have a Gibbs. So I think that Ampudia and Tavo are Dugans, if I'm not mistaken. And then we have the Bryce Menzies, number 7. That's a Dugans too. And then the 91 is a spec LS3 in there. So it's pretty crazy. That thing has 525 horsepower, 545 horsepower, whatever the spec is. I forget. It's either 525 or 545. And then these guys have close to 1,000 horsepower. So literally almost double the horsepower, and this truck qualified 7th. So pretty crazy. And then we have Dan McMillan here in the 23. That is another Mason all-wheel drive. And then we have Eric Husted. That is a Porter converted all-wheel drive truck that they did. So that's kind of a one-off truck. It's not one that they it's not one that you can just go buy from somebody. They actually modified that truck to make it an all-wheel drive truck, but it is all-wheel drive. So another all-wheel drive. And then of course we have Tim Herbst with actually James Dean driving the number 19 here, and that is a Herbst truck. So behind them, that's two-wheel drive truck. And then we have Rob McCachran. Everybody knows Rob McCachran. He's been around forever. He's won more races than all these guys combined, probably. Rob McCachran in his old Geyser two-wheel drive. He is racing with Luke McMillan at the Baja 1000. So they're both driving here today in both of their trucks. If Luke's truck has a problem or something like that, they're hoping that Rob's truck doesn't have a problem and he can get them a good starting spot for the Baja 1000. So the way it works is you can start with any truck you want. It just has to be the driver of record and the number. So for instance, if Rob has the better finishing position here, then Rob will be the driver of record for the Baja 1000, and it'll be the number 11 that Luke McMillan is running. But they can run Luke McMillan's truck as the number 11. So that's the way that the rules work in score racing. So you can see now Andy McMillan just left the line. Not a lot of people off the line yet. We just said it started at 9. That was 13 minutes ago. So we have literally 13 cars off the line right now. They're going at 1 minute apart. So Andy McMillan is driving Bryce Menzies' second truck. Andy McMillan actually sold his truck at the end of last year to Paul Wheel up here in the 46. So this is Andy McMillan's old truck that Toby Price is driving right now. And now Andy McMillan is back. He missed the first 2 races this year because he doesn't have his own truck right now. So Bryce called him up, said, hey, come drive my second truck. Let's race together again at the Baja 1000. We want you to drive my second truck in case I have a problem. Hopefully you have a good day and we have a good starting spot. So the 31 and the 7 are teamed up today. They're both the Menzies team doing all their pits. All their strategy is the Menzies team with, some of Andy's guys obviously working with them. But that is Bryce Menzies' second Mason all-wheel drive that Andy is running there. Then we have Dave Taylor in the 26. Just off the line. So let's go look at the bikes. We talked about the bikes starting early this morning. They are a ways down the course. They're getting up towards Mike's. So you can see the 3X is your lead bike. I think they've been in the lead all day. The 3X and the 1X and the 11X, kind of your lead 3 bikes there. So the 3X is just approaching Mike's. This is Mike's Sky Ranch right here. You can see this is the water crossing right before Mike's. And there you go. There's the Mike's Sky Rancho. So you go up, you turn, you go up this hill. This is actually a gnarly hill climb right here, right after Mike's. So we got the 3X, your lead bike, just passing mile 150. Behind them, we have the 11X, Arturo Salas. I believe he won the 500, if I'm not mistaken, back there. And then we have the 1X is your third bike, just a little ways back. So pretty good battle between the top 3. Then you do have a little bit of a gap back to the 15X and the 13X, who are pretty close together. And then the 102X, who is just behind them. Now, your first quad is right here. They're going to be the A's. So when you're looking at the tracker today, anything with an A after it is a quad. Anything with an X after it is a bike. And then anything without a letter after it is going to be a car, truck, or UTV. So 1A is your lead quad right now. They just turned off of Highway 3. You can see this is a highway section right here, all the way from Valley to Trinidad at the bottom of the Goat Trail over to the Mike's turnoff road. This is the Mike's access road. It's very, very fast, very fun road, especially on race day when you can go for it and hopefully nobody's coming the other direction. Hopefully, because it's Baja. There's always somebody somewhere on some road down there, right? So the 1A just turned off to the Mike's road and they are going to head up to Mike's. It's quite a bit of elevation change from there up to here too. So it's or up to the top around 150. Very fun road. So you can see everyone else is here on the highway. Here's the Goat Trail. So you come down the Goat Trail right north of Valley to Trinidad, and then you hop on the Highway 3, and you're on the road in a speed zone. It's a speed zone, so you can only go 60. I think that's a 60 zone there, speed zone. All right, so that's a look at the race today. You can see here's our map. If you're wondering what this blue line is right here, this is a sportsman shortcut. So right before, about 3/4 of the way up the Mike's Road, if you are a sportsman class or everyone in your class decides that you want to take it, you can take the sportsman cut. Now, the point of the sportsman cut is to try to get the sportsman bikes and quads out ahead of the trucks a little bit more, because this section right here is really slow, tight, and technical. There's not much room for passing. So if a car like a trophy truck catches a bike or a quad through this Mike's top section, it's actually kind of dangerous because there's nowhere for them to really get out of the way. So they're hoping that a lot of the sportsman cars, by taking this, can at least stay ahead of the trucks a little bit more, or at least not be in a single track area with no passing when they are caught. So it's just a safety thing, and everybody really likes it. The trophy truck guys are fine because it takes hopefully the bikes and the quads and gets them ahead of them a little more. It's not, nobody wants to try to pass a bike or a quad where there's nowhere to pass them. It's just an unsafe situation and sketchy for everybody. So that's what the blue line is. If you guys are looking at the tracker today, you can find this tracker on Score's website. That's where this tracker is. So just go on there. You can watch. Score is going to be live all day. Also, they're live right now. They have on their YouTube page. So this is their YouTube right here. This is a little bit earlier. If we go to live, you can see they are showing the cars off the line right now. So Score is going to have this start line camera. They have the studio set up. We'll check back and forth with them all day. And then we will be checking on the tracker also. You can see Cameron Steele is now off the line. So thanks, Cameron. He went live a little bit right before we started this at the start line. We got Larry Rossler off the line, Andrew Myers. and we're still going through the trophy trucks. So join us every hour. I will be here on top of the hour every hour for most of the day today, at least through most of the cars finishing, the top couple classes at least. And if you guys have any comments, questions, just leave us a comment here. If you are out on the course watching this, if you get split times, anytime you guys get split times at a spot for the lead trucks, send me a DM or send me a text if you have my number. Let me know split times, because if someone's tracker stops working later, it's always good to know where everybody is. Right now, it looks like everybody's tracker, knock on wood, is working still. Hopefully they keep working, but there's always a couple of these top guys whose tracker seems not to work throughout the day, and it's always good to keep an eye on where they are. So thank you guys if you were able to send us split times throughout the day. But should be a fun day, and we will keep you guys posted. The 1L, if you are looking at, I did say earlier if there was a letter after it, the L is the Legends class. So I think that's the only car class that has a letter. So it's a trophy truck legend. You just have to be 50 years old or older as the driver of record or any drivers in that car, and you can enter the Legends class. So it doesn't have anything to do with your status being a legend. It just has to do with your age being 50 years or older. So the co-driver can be whatever age they want. Just anyone that drives that truck throughout the day has to be 50 years old or older. There we go. Somebody's asking for Robbie now. So of course it's Fly. So it only took you guys 19 minutes to ask where Robbie was. Robbie is not racing today, just to get that out there. The 5L, Robbie was gonna race, but he is at the Sand Sports Show delivering his UTVs, and he didn't make it down. He didn't get a chance to qualify, so he is not going to race today. Nick Vanderway is going to be driving the 5L under Clyde Stacy's name. So Nick is going to drive. I think he's driving the whole way. Maybe Clyde will get in somewhere towards the end. I don't even know if Clyde's going to get in or not. But we do know Nick Vanderway qualified it, and he is in there. So there will be no Robbie Gordon status update today because he is at the Sand Show. So if you want to know where Robbie is, you guys can go talk to him all you want right now. Just go over to the Sand Show and go to the speed booth, and that's where Robbie is. All right. So anytime someone asks here, you will be charged $10 or you will be banned from the channel. All right. So we will be back at 10 o'clock with your next update. And yeah, go over to the Score website, watch their feed. They're still showing cars off the line. This is a Score right in here. They got some the 19 class. That's the Pro UTVs going off the line right now. Turbo UTVs, Pro UTVs, all those guys are about to start right behind the Class 10 cars. Looks like that's probably the last 10 car going off the line right now. Or that might be a UTV. It's hard to tell the difference nowadays, right? All right, we'll be back in about 40 minutes with your next update. That's a 12 car actually. So the 12 cars are ahead of some of the UTV classes. That's what you guys are seeing there. That's the ceremonial start. Remember, they got to go uptown and get in this big line over here. So see this big line, all these cars. Look at all these cars. This is the real start up here in a little bit. So so that's what it is. All right, so big thanks to all of our sponsors that always make it worth it for us to do this. KMC Wheels, obviously, our big title sponsor, F&L Racing Fuel, 4-wheel parts, BFG tires, the best. Hopefully you guys down in Baja are running BFG tires. Buy your chase trucks from Alexander Ford in Yuma. They will hook you guys up. Jeff Alford, Ultra Beer, we're going to have some of those later today. Polaris Razor, there's a ton of Razors down there racing today. King Shocks, they have some cool new Sequoia and Overland stuff, so check out them if you have one of the Sprinter vans. They just got some stuff available for those. Unlimited RV, it's a place you go to get all your trailers at. Baja Designs, you're going to need your Baja Designs lights today because you are going to finish in the dark unless you're one of the top trophy trucks, maybe a spec or two. Everyone else is going to be in the dark. And then Vision Canopies, Boxo Tools, and a new sponsor of ours, CT Raceworks. We got some new pretty trick parts for our Polaris Pro R from CT Raceworks. We'll show you guys in about a week when we go out to use them. So thanks to all those guys for bringing the coverage to you guys today. And we'll be back at 10 o'clock with your next update here on Fishgistics. So see you guys just in about 40 minutes or so.
Stacy Clark here, owner and general manager of Unlimited RV. As racers, we know how important time is. Not bad, kid. 5 seconds faster. As racers, we know how important reliability is. At Unlimited RV, we have lifetime warranty, so you know we've got you covered. At Unlimited RV, we offer nationwide free shipping, so you don't have to waste your time getting into the RV or motorhome for your next big adventure.
Save big on lighting packages during 4-Wheel Parts Lighting Month in September. Explore new lighting products from leading brands like Alpharex, Spider, Anzo, and Project X. Save 10% on rigid lights when purchased with select front and rear bumpers. Stock headlamps holding you back? Receive up to $700 when you trade in your old headlights and upgrade with Morimoto. It doesn't end there. Save $100 when you bundle wheels and tires, and up to $250 when you add select suspension kits. From winches and running boards to tow hitches and lift kits, we have rebates and savings for every build. Need a hand with the install? We've got great specials on installations and service. Stop into your local 4WP store for a free tire rotation and inspection, and 50% off shock installation. Save big during 4WP Lighting Month, all September.
At Baja Designs, we have lights for all on- and off-road enthusiasts. For 30 years, we have been lighting up the night. We are Baja Designs, the scientists of lighting.